Hey guys, it's Holly here, Vice President of Business Development at Vanderbloemen. I'm joined today by Sutton Turner, our Chief Operating Officer, and Sutton
Howdy,
has been
howdy.
diving in to compensation and benefits, specifically over the last 18 months for churches and Christian organizations. So Sutton, share with us, what are we learning at Vanderbloemen with all of the data that we've collected and analyzed on benefits?
Yeah, Holly. If we look at total compensation, we're talking about salary information and we're talking about benefits. Those two together are total compensation. And we've done a lot of work, and I think we have some amazing data on the salary information. And salary information has been out there for many years. LeadNet's done a great job. Other places have done surveys to create salary tables, etc. But what we've done is we've asked a whole bunch of benefit questions, and our data continues to grow. Right now, we're about 5,000 data points. And one of the main questions that I personally wanted to know, being a former executive pastor, was about really about sabbaticals, Holly. And
Yeah.
when I look at sabbaticals, and here's some of the information, Holly. I just want to walk everybody through it because it's so interesting. And so we're looking right over here. You can see my cursor.
Mm-hmm.
The information, so right in the middle, you'll see 2.5 thousand or 2,500 people answered this question, okay, within our 5,000 data point survey. Does your church offer a sabbatical program for this position? 72%, Holly, don't offer a sabbatical at all, okay, which is interesting. Then you start diving into this information. You say, okay, of these 72, and we can actually see here, there's almost 1,800 data points in that 72%. So let's look at that again. How does that break down? Okay, so what's the waiting time? So if you do offer, so you're only 27%, almost 28%. So 28% of the churches actually do offer a sabbatical. But for that position, how long do they have to wait? This is crazy, Holly. Look at this. 52% of the positions that we have taken that actually offer a sabbatical make the waiting time greater than 7 years. So that's 7 years and greater, okay?
Yeah.
Then how long is the sabbatical? So it takes 7 years on average to earn the right to take a sabbatical. Then the average time frame is the greatest data point that we have is just 3 to 4 weeks, which I was surprised. I would think if you have to wait 7 weeks, it was going to probably be 8 weeks. I mean, if you had to wait 7 years, you got to take 8 weeks of a sabbatical. That's actually not true. It's actually the greatest population here at 37% is 3 to 4 weeks. And then how often can the individual take it? They can take it on average, 66% is 6 to 7 years. So they can take them every 6 to 7 years. So, so it's interesting, Holly, not only the few number, okay, so 28% only offer sabbaticals, but the ones that do offer sabbaticals, they actually make the waiting time very long, and they have to wait another 6 to 7 years to take another sabbatical.
Yeah. Well, and what that makes me think of, Sutton, is first of all, if you have to wait 7 years, what's the average tenure of even a senior pastor these days?
Well, we know that.
Yeah. So, I mean, can you share that and talk about that?
It's somewhere between 3 to 4 years is your average tenure of your pastor in American churches today. And it's been that way for many, many times. And I mean, and think about that. Okay, so if that means that the average pastor and the average tenured pastor is never going to earn the right to take the sabbatical if they're in the 28% churches that we've surveyed that actually do offer a sabbatical.
Yeah. And the other thing that brought up for me, Sutton, was, we're recording this the first week of August, and which is we're in COVID-19. We'll probably
Right.
be living in a different world of COVID-19 for a long time. Many pastors have not been able to even take a vacation because for maybe it was, they didn't feel safe going somewhere for vacation, or they have been pouring their heart and soul and blood, sweat, and tears into figuring out how to do ministry online or in a new world. So now they're going to be entering the fall with a probably already burnout. And I'm just concerned thinking about all these pastors going into a season of difficulty, with not even having sabbatical on the table of something that they can even look forward to. And we've seen that over and over again over the last few years. My time at Vanderbloemen, I've been here 8 years. We've seen pastors burn out and some really tragic situations because of that. And so to me, that's why this conversation is so important, that if you're a board member watching this, or you're a senior leader watching this, to have these conversations and look at what is our sabbatical policy. And it should always be people over policy. It should be people over policy. So is your policy actually caring for and protecting not only the long-term health of your pastor, but also your church? Because if your pastor's burned out, that's going to hurt your church long-term as well. So
and let me be very clear, Holly. We've talked about this before. Sabbatical is not taking a vacation. Sabbatical is not taking a vacation. A sabbatical is an opportunity for a pastor to go deeper in personal and spiritual development. It's very, very focused. And most of the time it's an incredible renewing of their spirit, their mind, their body, their whole person. And for each person that's different. But pastors first need to be taking all of their PTO and making sure they're taking time off, which we know most of them are not right now. And then on top of that, then the sabbatical is an opportunity for them to grow deeper and to really grow and renew themselves. And that's why, you and I both agree. I mean, this is so important. And Holly, when are things going to get back to normal? Maybe when we get a vaccine? It's not like we're about to run a marathon probably of a year of some type of, online and a little bit of in person. And so it's going to be an incredible opportunity for these pastors to burn out. And so if they don't have a sabbatical to look forward to, like you're talking about, and they're not taking all the PTO, they're destined to burn out.
Well, thank you so much for
we don't want to happen.
No, not at all. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your work on this, Sutton. And one thing too, I wanted to point out, as you were sharing the screen, it said last updated today at 10 a.m. This is real-time data. Like, this is not outdated, old data. This is updated every minute that we get new data from the pool that is participating in this survey. So thank you for your hard work on this. If we can do anything for you here at Vanderbloemen regarding sabbatical or cost of living or compensation or hiring the right people, that is what we do all day, every day. You can email us at compensation@vanderbloemen.com, and we'd be glad to help. Thank you so much, Sutton.
Thanks, Holly.